Welcome to my channel RLD Academy. This is lecture number 2 on operational amplifier. In this video, we will cover followings: inverting and non-inverting amplifier, inverting and non-inverting summing amplifier, and subtractor. So first, from the first lecture, what we have got that we will discuss in briefly. So I told you that operational amplifier, the notation we use, the symbol we'll use this one, and it is having two terminals and one output, input terminals and one output terminal. So this is your inverting and this is your non-inverting, right? And this is output voltage V0, and its gain is very high. Thus it is not used in open loop circuit for amplification purpose. So if you want to use this op amp as a amplifier, then we have to use this one with negative feedback. Okay, so this is V1 and V2, and you know that this voltage is simply A times or AV times V2 minus V1, and AV is very high, so in the range of 10 to the power 6 for practical 741 op amp. Thus, so for amplifier, if you want to use it as a practical amplifier, you have to use this op amp with negative feedback. And you know that negative feedback will reduce the gain. Okay, so the gain is reduced from this one 10 to the power 6 to some reasonable values like 10, 50, like that. So we'll use this kind of arrangement. We have to provide some sort of negative feedback. Okay, so one feedback element will be always there, that will be connected from input to output, because this is the output end. This is one inverting terminal. So inverting terminal and output should be connected through one resistance, and that resistance will be called as RF. And then we can consider one resistance here as well, that is your R1. Now this is another terminal. Now we can put the voltage either here or here. Okay, now depending on the position of input, we'll have different kind of amplifiers, either inverting amplifier, non-inverting amplifiers. So those will be discussed in next slides, right? So here main aim is that we want to say that you have to use negative feedback if you want to use op amp as a practical amplifier. Next, inverting amplifier. For inverting amplifier, we'll consider this circuit. This is inverting terminal, non-inverting terminal, and I've said that there should be one feedback, negative feedback. Okay, and so I want inverting amplifier, so output should be inverted, means 180-degree phase shift. Okay, so if you apply positive voltage, you are expecting that you will get negative voltage at the output end. That is the meaning of inverting. Inverting the sign. Okay, so here suppose if I connect one source, a voltage source, and that voltage is V, or you can write VI. This is your V0. This resistance is R1. This is your R2. And non-invert terminal, we won't apply anything. We'll make it grounded. Now this circuit we want to analyze, right? So with this op amp, this one more thing I want to discuss, that whenever you will have some negative feedback, I told you that these two potential, this potential and this potential, this is your V minus, this is your V plus. These two potential should be same, okay? Because we are assuming that V naught is finite with the help of this negative feedback. So V naught, you know that it is A times AV times V plus minus V minus. So if output is finite, if somehow this is finite because of this negative feedback, then in that case V plus and this V minus, this difference will be V naught upon AV. So numerator is finite, denominator is infinite, so this is going to be 0. Okay, that will imply that V plus is same as V minus. So non-invert terminal and invert terminal both will have same potential that we discussed last class. And one more important thing is that this op amp generally it is with negative feedback that I told you, but it is having infinite input impedance. So it is infinite input impedance. Okay, so because of this, no current will enter to this device. So this current is 0. This current is also 0 ampere. Okay, so these two principle will be using to solve all the problems related to op amp. Okay, so now you see here. So this current is 0 ampere. This current is also 0 ampere. That is because of the high input impedance, infinite input impedance, right? Next, this potential is 0 volt because it is connected to ground. So this end, this potential should be same, it should have same value. So whatever connection it is there, because we know that it is a negative feedback, thus we are assuming that this output is finite, and not only finite, this output we are assuming that it should be. So if it is plus VCC and it is minus VCC, then V naught should be within this range, minus VCC to plus VCC. Okay, right? So if it is finite and within this range, then okay, we'll say that uh, this output is finite, and then if I divide by AV here, if I divide by AV, then these two difference will become 0, that V plus equal to V minus. Virtually they are connected. Okay, so this is the important thing that we are assuming right now, and later at the end, so with this assumption we'll proceed. Then at the end we'll see whether V naught is really within this range or not. If it is not within this range, then our assumption is not correct. So we cannot take this one, that V plus equals to V minus, right? So that problem will be discussed later, right? Right now we'll assume this V naught is within minus VCC to plus VCC. It is finite. So as it is finite, there is these two potential will be same. So as this potential is 0, so this is also 0 volt. So it is called virtually grounded. So non-inverter terminal is virtually grounded. Now, whatever current is coming here, it's supplied by the source Vi. So if it is I, that has to go through this side only. This is also I, because there is no current entering to the inverting terminal. So here there is no current. So there is no other path. It has to go through this one. Okay, so that principle we can use it. So this current I, simply we can write as equal to, so Vi, so this is your Vi and this is your 0, so Vi minus 0 upon R1, right? And it is same as, if I look from this point, this is 0, this is V naught, okay, 0 minus V naught upon R2. So this same direction current, okay? So 0 from 0, this V naught, this end potential, so 0 minus V naught upon R2. So be careful about the position. So 0 minus V naught upon R2, right? So if we simplify this one, what we will get? Vi by R1 equals to minus V naught by, okay, it is R2, okay, this is R2 I have considered. Sometimes we will consider RF, okay, better that you can consider is RF, because generally we are considering this thing as RF. So this is RF, okay. So thus V naught will be minus RF by R1. So okay, I can divide V1 here, Vi here. So V naught by Vi will be minus RF by R1. And you see, this is the gain of this amplifier. So V naught is the actual output of this amplifier and Vi is the input. So output by input is the gain, actual gain. So this is your gain. So this is the gain of this amplifier. And you see this negative sign. So this negative, so RF and R1 both are positive. Okay. So whatever input is there, Vi, V naught will have some opposite sign. Okay. Thus it is called inverting amplifier. So if you apply positive voltage here, you are going to get negative voltage at the output end. And the gain factor is RF by R1. So this gain will keep in mind. Okay, we'll be using it several times. The gain of this inverting amplifier is minus RF upon R1. Okay, I hope it is clear. Non-inverting amplifier. So same negative feedback should be there. This is negative positive. So this is the feedback resistance, right? So this one is R1. This is your RF. Now this is non-inverting terminal. There you can connect one voltage source. So this is your Vi right now. And we won't apply anything non-inverting here. So this end I will make it grounded. And now we'll try to find out this output. Again, same principle. So as it is a negative feedback, we'll consider that this potential and this potential are same. So this potential is Vi. So this potential is also Vi. And there is no current entering here. This current is 0 ampere. This current is also 0 ampere. Okay, right? So whatever current it will flow through this one, it has to go through this one. Okay, so again, this current is I. This current also I will keep it I. Right? So now see the equation. So this I now equals to 0 minus Vi upon R1. Right? Because this is 0, this is your Vi. So 0 minus Vi upon R1 is the current going this side. Okay. Now this current, this potential is Vi, this potential is V naught. So Vi minus V naught upon RF is the current through RF from left to right. So this is again I. Okay. So you can equate this one as, so this is Vi minus V naught upon RF. right? Now we can simplify this one. So I'll consider these two only. Okay, so minus Vi by R1, that is equals to Vi minus V0 by Ra. Okay, so that you can write as, so Vi minus V0, this one I'll keep it, and Rf is multiplied here, so then you will get minus Rf upon R1 into Vi minus Rf upon R1 into Vi. Okay, now you see, so this Vi is here, and this thing I'll bring here left side, plus Rf upon R1 into Vi, that is equals to V0, right? So if you take common, Vi, this is 1 plus Rf by R1, and that is equal to V0, and that will give you V0 by Vi, that is your gain, that is the gain, voltage gain, is a voltage gain. Okay, that value is 1 plus Rf upon R1. Okay, so this is very simple. So we'll keep this thing again in mind. Okay, because we'll be using. Suppose if you take one example, a quick example. If I consider this one is 2K, this is your 4K. Okay, this is grounded, and this end will apply 2 volt. This is minus, this is plus, and this is voltage V0. And you can connect any resistance here. That doesn't matter. So this RL could be anything, because this output voltage is independent of RL in this case. That is the beauty of this operational amplifier. So V0 will be simply 1 plus Rf upon R1. So 1 plus Rf is 4 and R1 is 2, and multiplied by input voltage, supply voltage 2. Okay, so it is 4 by 2 is 2, so 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 into 2 is 6, so it is simply 6 volt. Okay, so don't write any equation, just use this one, this relation. 1 plus Rf by R1 is the gain, that will first find out, then multiply with the voltage, input voltage, you will get output voltage. Okay, right. Next one, now we'll consider summing amplifier. We want to get summation of input voltages, or in other words, we want to get added circuit that we want to design with the help of op-amp, but all the inputs will be connected to inverting terminals, right? So in inverting summing amplifier, so here what we will consider, this is the op-amp, very simple circuit. So there should be one feedback. Okay, negative feedback, of course. This is your V0, this is RF. Now I can connect multiple voltage sources. So this voltage is V1, this is your V2, this is your V3. This is your R1, it is your R2, this is R3. And this end we'll consider as grounded. Right? Now whenever you will find more than one input voltage, in that case, try to use superposition principle. It will help you. Okay. But in this case, okay, without the superposition principle also you can find it out. So that first I will consider, then I'll give you the idea of superposition principle. Okay, so now this end is really rounded, so this is zero potential. So this is also zero potential, means this is also zero potential. So it is 0 volt. This is also 0 volt, right? Okay. So whatever current is coming here, this current, whatever current is coming here, and this current is coming here, they will sum it up, it will go through this one. But this current is 0 ampere. Okay, no current will enter this one. So this current has to flow to this side. It's implied that the current through RF is same as the addition of current through R1, R2 and R3 from left to right. Right? So then can I use KCL at this end, at this non-inverter terminal? So apply KCL. So this is VI, V1, V1 minus 0 by R1 plus, that is the current through R1, V2 minus 0 upon R2 plus V3 upon minus 0 upon R3. That is the addition of current entering to this non-inverter terminal. Then from non-inverter terminal, it is leaving through RF only. And that leaving current is 0 minus V naught upon RF. Right? So this is the leaving current, 0 minus V naught by RF. And this is the incoming current, and 3 incoming currents. V1 minus 0 upon R1 plus V2 minus 0 upon R2 plus V3 minus 0 upon R3. That's simple. Okay. So if you simplify, what you will get? V1 upon R1, V2 upon R2 plus V3 upon R3 equal to minus V0 upon RA. Right? So in other words, we can find out the output voltage V0 equals to minus RF times, okay, this thing only, V1 by R1, V2 by R2, V3 by R3. Right? So this is on 3 elements and 3 inputs. So we can generalize it for many inputs. Okay. So generalization would be, so we can use these things that V0 will be this same factor RF is multiplied by the summation Vi upon Ri, then I we can consider 1 to n. If there are n such voltage source connected, then that voltage upon that resistance, series resistance, will sum it up. Okay, and then we'll multiply with minus RF. So because of this negative one, no, this one, you will find that suppose all the input voltage are positive, then at the end you will get negative output. V0 is negative, right? That's how it is a inverting summing. Okay, so minus n is there. So if I assume that all resistances, right, this R1 equal to R2 equals to R3 equals to suppose R, then what is the output voltage? It's simply minus RF by R, this is the factor, multiplied with simple addition. Okay, so that's how it is a adder circuit, and this is a weighted adder. Okay, some coefficients, okay, 1 upon R1 is the weight, with this V1. 1 upon R2 is the weight with the V2. 1 upon R3 is the weight with the V3, like that. Okay, so if I want to add simply, then we have to keep all the resistance values same. Then we will get the gain. You see the gain again. This is the gain minus RF by R, the gain for the inverting amplifier gain. So that gain is multiplied with the summation. Thus it is called inverting summing amplifier. Summing as well as it will amplify, right? So this in general, you see, if I consider all the resistance are same, Rn are same as R, then general values will be minus Rf by R times summation of all Vi. That's all. Okay. Next we'll move to non-inverting summing amplifier. We don't want to see get the sign change at the output. Then what we'll do? So this is your op amp. I told you that always there should be a negative feedback. So this circuit is always there. Whether it is inverting or non-inverting, doesn't matter. This circuit will be there. So this is your RF feedback resistance, and this is your resistance. Suppose R, I am considering. Okay. Now as it is inverting, non-inverting, I have to connect the source in non-inverting terminals. Okay. So I'll consider only two elements, two sources. Okay. Like this, two path, and here the potential is V1, and this is your R1, and this is the potential is V2, and this is your R2, right? And this end non-inverting one, I won't apply anything. It is grounded. Now I wish to find out the output voltage V0. Now how to find it? I'll consider ideal of amp. Infinite input impedance, thus there is no current entering here, it is 0 ampere. No current entering here, it is 0 ampere. Okay. So this one. So there are two elements, and one thing I told you that I will discuss superposition principle in inverting. That also you can see. It's very simple to see this inverting summing amplifier if you use superposition principle. Okay, that you can easily analyze if I consider this thing using superposition principle. Okay. Now I want to study this thing as a superposition principle. Using superposition principle or theorem. Using this one. Can I solve it? So what I'll do, I'll consider that. So here you should remember that if I have two sources, then one source I'll consider one time at a time, another source I'll remove it. If it is voltage source, then it should be connected to ground, because I want to make the source potential 0. Okay, remove means by 0 voltage. And if it is current source, then 0 current. 0 current means open circuit. So I have two sources, two voltage sources. So if I consider that, I may consider two cases. One is V1 is acting alone. Another side, I'll consider V2 is acting alone. Two times I'll consider. Right? So when V1 is acting alone, the circuit now this is minus, this is plus. This is only there V1, and this end is not there, it is grounded. This is R2, this is R1, and this circuit is also there. So this is your V0, this end is grounded. This is your R, this is RF. Now we wish to find out this potential. Okay, this potential I'll call it V1 prime. That's better. Okay, so how to find out? Because there is no current flowing through this side, no current is entering. This is your 0 ampere. So I can consider that this is a single circuit. So whatever current is coming here, it has to go this one. Okay, that means it is simple this circuit. This is your R1, this is R2, and this potential is V1, and this potential I have to find out V1 prime. So it's a potential divider circuit. So total, so this R1, R2 in this case they are connected in series because same current will flow, and voltage across R2 is your V1 prime. So V1 prime is simply R2 upon R1 plus R2 times V1. Right? It's very simple. Now, if I get this V1 prime, now you see this end, what potential is there, then it is behaving as a non-inverting amplifier. So this circuit will behave as a non-inverting amplifier. If this potential is V1 prime, then output voltage will be the non-inverting gain is 1 plus RF by R times V1 prime. Okay. So that time voltage I'll consider is V not prime. Okay, when V1 is acting alone only. So what is the value of V naught prime? Is 1 plus RF upon R times V1 prime. And V1 prime already you see, this is the V1 prime. Okay, similar way we can consider. So same thing we can do when V2 is acting alone. So this is the feedback. R, it is RF. Now this time I'll consider that this is there V2, this is your R2, this is R1, but this end is grounded. Again similar thing, only changes are there that from this source whatever current will go, it has to go this side because there is no current in this one. This is 0 ampere. Okay, so now this potential is V2 prime, and this time it is V naught double prime, suppose. Okay, so V2 prime and V naught double prime. So again V2, so V naught prime, sorry, V naught double prime will be again 1 plus, because non-inverting gain, RF by R times this V2 prime, where V2 prime is simply potential divider circuit and it is the potential across R1. So can I write self resistance R1 upon R1 plus R2 times V2, right? So please be careful. So I have discussed this thing, potential divider, current divider in detail in my circuit theory lecture. So if you have any confusion, please go through that lecture and you will find it's very simple. Okay. So overall B naught, total B naught will be then this B naught is addition of these two. V0 prime plus V0 double prime. Okay. Now we replace all those things. So this 1 plus R1, Rf by R is common to all. Okay. This is 1 plus Rf by R is common. And so it is V1 prime plus V2 prime. Now we can replace V1 prime and V2 prime. Then you will get the result. Okay. So this is simple. 1 plus Rf by R, and this one will be simple R2 upon R1 plus R2 times V1 plus R1 upon R1 plus R2 times V2. So it is again weighted register, weighted summation, but in this case you see this gain is positive. So if both the input V1 V2 is positive, output is also going to be positive. It's not inverted, it's non-inverting. Okay, now we can make R1 R2 all are same, and in that case you can find out some certain values. Okay, so this is your non-inverting summing amplifier, right? Next, subtractor. So our objective is here is to find this output voltage V0 like that to subtraction of two voltage V2 minus V1, maybe some gain. Okay, so can I achieve this thing? Okay, so for that we'll use this circuit, and you understand that if I apply voltage in non-inverting, then we'll get positive sign at the output, and if I apply voltage in inverting terminal, then we'll get inverted output. So one V1 is somehow it should be connected to inverting terminal, and V2 should be connected to non-inverting terminal. Okay, this is the arrangement, but how to get this form exactly? So I'll use this circuit. This is minus, this is plus. This is V0, right? And then here also I'll consider this one. This end is grounded. Now this potential I'll consider is V1, and this potential is V2. This is your R, this is RF, this is your R1, it is your R2. Okay. Now can I find the output voltage without writing any equation? That will try. Okay, can I use superposition principle? Okay, so if I use superposition principle, now we have all the ideas. No, we understand inverting amplifier, we understand non-inverting amplifier. So when V1 is by superposition principle, we have to consider that when two cases, V1 is acting alone, and second case is V2 is acting alone, right? So when V1 is acting alone, what is circuit? You just see the circuit. Now this is grounded, V2 is not there. This is already there. So this is R1, R2, and this is only there V1. One source is present at a time. So this is R, it is RF. So you see this non-inverting terminal, both sources are grounded, so there is no current. you can't expect any current in this branch because from here we are not getting any current. So we will supply. No source is there. So current through this circuit is 0. So I can say that there is no current, no voltage drop, nothing is there. So this end, this potential is 0 volt. So if non-inverting terminal is 0 volt and in inverting terminal V1 is applied, so it is basically a non-inverting amplifier with the gain minus RF by R. Okay, so this, if I say this is your V0 prime, so what is the V0 prime? Simply I can write minus RF by R is a gain, inverting gain, multiplied by input voltage V1. It's over, right? Now, when V2 is acting alone, then what is circuit? This is circuit, and now, so this end V1 is not there, is grounded. Now V2 is only there. This end is grounded. This is your R1, it is your R2, this is R, and this is your RF. Okay, and we'll call it this one as V0 double prime. Now, what is the potential at this end? Again, that already you have discussed, that same current will flow this side. So it is a potential divider circuit. So this V2 prime is potential divider circuit, right? So what is the output? V0 double prime is, now it is basically non-inverting amplifier with the gain 1 plus RF by R. Okay, 1 plus this resistance by this resistance. That is your gain. Multiplied by this potential V0 prime. And what is V0 prime? It's potential divided. I R2 upon R1 plus R2 times V2. So can I write this thing as R2 upon R1 plus R2 times V2. This is your V2 prime that I have replaced already. So I'll get V0 double prime. So what is the total output? Exact output V0. So this V0. So this V0, we can write that V0 prime plus V0 double prime. It is minus RF by R into V1. Okay, plus 1 plus RF by R. This is your R2. Okay, so that one I can divide it. So I can divide by R2. So I'll get this is numerator 1. This is 1 plus, I can rewrite is R1 upon R2. That I can do. You can check. So numerator I can divide by R2. So numerator will become 1. Okay, this is 1. And denominator will become R1 upon R2 plus 1. That I have written 1 plus R1 plus R2 by R2 times V2. So here you will see one is negative of V1, another one is positive of V2. So I can achieve this thing V2 minus V1, and with one condition. Now you can choose one condition, that if RF by R1 and R1 by R2, these two ratios are same. Okay, so with one more simplification. So can I write that this is equals to minus RF by R times V1, and here I'll again take common RF by R. Then this one I write at R by RF plus 1, and it is 1 upon R1 by R2 plus 1, and numerator is V2. Is it correct? Now if I choose, if this ratio is there, R F upon R equals to R1 so R by RF. Okay, so this is RF by R, R2 by R1. So this is R2 by R1. If it is same, then you will see these two will cancel, because RF by R or R by RF, okay, whatever it is. So if these two are getting cancelled out, then you will see this RF by R, RF by R, we can take common. Then V naught will be simply minus RF by R times V2 minus V1. No. So if I consider this is already taken V2 minus V1, then it is positive. RF by R multiplied by V2 minus V1. That's simple. So here this K is becoming RF by R. This is your K, the gain of the amplifier. So it is subtractor along with some gain RF by R. But what is the condition? So this condition is that this ratio RF by R should be same as R2 upon R1. So this by this, it should be same, this R2 by R. Okay, so that you should keep in mind. So RF by R, it should be same as R2 upon R1. If it is true, then only we'll get that V naught will be simply RF by R. This is the gain, and subtraction V2 minus V1. Right? So you need to check this thing. That if ratio is same, then easily you can write this formula. This RF by R is the gain, and subtraction is V2 minus V1. That's simple. Now we'll consider one example. Okay, let's take one problem and see how quickly we can solve a problem from op-amp circuit. Now, the problem is like this. This is minus, this is plus. Right? This end is grounded. Here, suppose if you apply potential here, that is your 1 volt, and then this is, suppose this resistance is 2K, this is your 4K. Now I'll consider this minus, okay, and here we'll apply a voltage. This is grounded, right? And this voltage, okay, I'll choose it. Right? Now, suppose it is also 1 volt, right? And it is 2K, it is our 6K, this is 4K, and it is 12K, right? I have specified everything. And suppose I'll show that this source VCC is 15 volt minus 15 volt. This is also 15 volt minus 15 volt. And this is your ultimate output V naught. So can you find this V naught? First of all, is it a simple circuit? I'll say it's a simple circuit. Without writing any equation, we can solve this problem. Okay, so you see how quickly we can solve it. So can you identify the first circuit? So non-inverting terminal is grounded. Source is connected to inverting terminal. So it is an inverting amplifier. Okay, negative feedback is also there. So it's fine. Output could be finite within the range minus 15 to plus 15. That we should check at the end. Okay, assuming that output voltage is finite within the range. Now, can we find this potential? So if it is suppose V naught prime, what is the value? That is inverting amplifier. So V naught prime will be the gain RF by minus RF by R1 minus 4 by 2. This is the gain. And input voltage is 1. Okay, so basically it is minus 2 volt. It's over. Now there is no loading effect because this circuit, whatever voltage is there, from here you will get the current here, right? So what I can do, I can consider now the second circuit, this one independently. Once this potential is available, now we can analyze this one, right? Now can you see, this looks like a subtractor. So this end one potential is applied, inverter terminal, non-inverting another thing is applied, voltage is applied. Now we need to check this ratio. So 6 by 2 and 12 by 4, is it same? So 6 by 2 is 1/3, 3 by 1, and it is 12 by 4, again 3 by 1. So they are same. So if these two ratios are same, then easily we can find out this V naught using this subtraction rule. So V naught will be the gain. Gain is RF by R, 6 by 2. This is the gain multiplied by V2 minus V1. Here V2, this is your V2. V2 is 1. And what is V1? V1 is inverting terminal voltage, V naught prime. Okay, V naught prime is minus 2. So minus, it's be careful, minus 2 is the exact voltage at this end. So this end potential is minus 2 volt. So this end potential is 1. That difference, 1 minus minus 2. Okay, so it is 3. So it is 3 times, it is also 1 plus 2 is 3. So it's 9 volt. Okay, this 9 volt is within this 15 and minus 15. So it is fine. So this is your correct answer. V naught is 9 volt. How much time it will take? Hardly 1 minute. So try to identify the circuit, the blocks, whether it's the inverting amplifier or non-inverting amplifier, then connect it properly and use your concept. If it is inverting amplifier, the gain is minus RF by R. If it is non-inverting amplifier, then gain is 1 plus RF upon R. Okay, then at the end you should multiply with your supply voltage. So gain into supply voltage is the output voltage. Okay, and if it is subtractor, then gain multiplied by the subtraction V2 minus V1. But you need to check the ratio. RF by R should be same as R2 upon R1. Otherwise, it will be some weighted subtraction. That also you can do. No? Fine. Now, I'll give you a simple homework. You see, you can solve this problem or not. Here it is op amp. I'll consider two op amps here, right? So always negative feedback, this block, right? Now here I'll make it grounded, and here we can add a supply voltage, and here I will make it grounded. Here I will add a supply voltage, right? Then these two, another op amp. Here it is a negative feedback. Here it is grounded. This is your output voltage V0. Now I'll give you the values. This was 2 volt. This is 4K. It is 2K. This is 1K. This is suppose 4K. And this one is suppose 1 volt. Now this resistances, it is 4K. It is 6K. This is your 6K. And it is suppose 9K. Right? Now can you find out this output voltage V0? Okay, now I'll add these sources. So it is 15 volt, all are 15 volt. It's 15 volt minus 15 volt. This is your plus 15 volt and minus 15 volt. Okay, so can you find out this voltage? I think it is a simple problem. So solve this problem and find the answer and post it in your comment window, in our comment window, in this video. Okay, if you can solve it, I'll appreciate that one. And if you find any difficulty, then please write in the comment window. I'll again suggest you how to solve it. Okay, I hope everything I specified, right? So all the resistances, all the voltage sources I have given, try to identify the blocks and then proceed, right? And don't try to write any equations. Without writing equation, you can solve this problem. Okay. Now, in the last lecture, I said that, okay, we can solve few problems from gate papers without writing any equations. So let us see those problems. So GATE 2018, this paper, you see paper, and look at the problem here. The circuit is given, and here you have to find out the potential at the node A. What is the potential here? And it is given that it is an ideal op amp. Assume that op amp is ideal, right? So see the values. 1K, it is 31K, and this is your V0. Now, if it is ideal, then this negative feedback is already there. Fine. So with this our previous knowledge, it looks like it is an inverting amplifier. Okay, if it is an inverting amplifier, then if we use our previous concept, then if I consider that these two ends are having same potential, then VA is 0 only. Then what is the output voltage? That first we should check with this negative voltage and infinite input impedance. So can I find this one? So what is the output voltage with that assumption? V0 will be minus, gain is RF by R1, minus 31 by 1 times 1. What is that? Minus 31 volt. So it is out of this range because V0 should be within, given that plus 15 minus 15. Okay, so it is not within the range. That means negative feedback is not working properly. Output is getting saturated. Okay, so if output is getting saturated, which direction? Minus 31 volt, but it cannot attain minus 31 volt. So exact this potential will be saturated. So you see, it is a like this. So this potential is minus 15 volt, and this is your plus 15 volt. So output voltage will be fixed at minus 15 volt in this case. It cannot go beyond that negative side. Though in our previous knowledge, we can expect that output voltage will be minus 31 volt, but it is going beyond that level, that minus 15 volt level. So it is saturated. So if it is like this, it is minus 31. It cannot attain. It will attain only minus 15 volt here only. Okay. So with this voltage, now we assume that V0 is minus 15 volt. Now what is VA? And rest are same, ideal. So no current is entering here, 0 ampere. So whatever current will come here has to go through this one. Okay, so that VA I can calculate. So what is the VA? So this current I. So this I equals to 1 minus VA upon 1K. 1K. Okay, equals to, this is 1K. This is your VA minus 15. VA minus 15. Okay, by 31K. Right? So can I find out this potential here? So what is, okay? So can you solve it? It is very simple. So this kilo cancel out. So 31 minus 31 VA, it should be as VA plus 15. Right? So if I consider this one, 31 minus 15 equals to VA plus 31 VA. So what you will get? 16 equals to 32 VA. So VA equals to 16 upon 32. This is 1, this is 2. So it is half. Half means 0.5 volt. So this is the correct answer, 0.5 volt. It's a simple problem. Okay. So only this concept you have to apply properly. Next, this one. This is from GATE 2009. Again, it is simple. So first, you will see that this negative feedback is here. Here it's also connected, but this is negative feedback. Now we'll assume that negative feedback is working, and then this, if the output voltage here is finite within supply voltage range, then we are happy with that one. Then it is really a negative voltage. Otherwise, if it is this voltage is becoming very large, then it is a positive voltage, positive feedback. Okay, so that we can understand. So it's a connect, there is a BJT, this potential is VBE. Okay, so I can draw the circuit a little bit bigger. So okay, this is your op amp. This is plus. This is connected. This is negative. This is source. Then connected. It is ground. This is 5 volt. This one is 1.4 K. This is your V, right? This is your 5K. This is your 10 volt, right? So how to find out? Now, this potential is given as gap is 0.6 volt. BB, base emitter potential, right? Now, this potential and this potential is same. So what is the potential here? It's a 5 volt. So what is the current here? 10 minus 5 by 5, 1 milliampere. Now it is given that beta is large. Beta is 150. If beta is large, IC is similar to IE. Emitter current is also same. This current is also 1 milliampere. If it is 1 milliampere, what is the potential drop across this one? 1.4 volt. 1.4 volt, because 1 milliampere into 1.4 K, 1.4 volt. So this 1.4 plus 0.6, this 1.4 plus 0.6 is 2 that is available at this point. Okay, so this V is nothing but this 6.6 plus 1.4. So V is simply 0.6 plus 1.4 equal to 2 volt. So it's 2 volt output and it's a negative feedback. It's correct. So output is finite, so negative feedback and 2 volt source. Right? So it's a good problem. I think you have got the point. So if you like this video, then please subscribe my channel. And it's obviously free subscription. There's no harm to subscribe this channel. And for subscription, you have to press the subscription button, and also you should press the bell icon so that you will get the notification of my future videos immediately, right? So I hope all of you will subscribe my channel and you will get my lectures and go through my lectures, try to understand my lectures well. And if you have any doubt, please write in the comment window. I'll reply immediately. Thank you.